Welcome, family and friends, to the National University graduation live stream. I'm Drew Schlossberg. I moderate several of the National University's renowned speaker series. Honored to be the host of today's live stream. Also, the host of the Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast. Today, we welcome and celebrate the incredible achievements of our graduates. Their hard work, dedication, and unwavering commitment have brought them to this important milestone, and we couldn't be prouder. Thank you for joining us to honor their journey. We hope you will enjoy this special celebration that'll start in a few minutes. This is the first of three graduation ceremonies this weekend. Today, you'll hear about the graduates from the College of Business, 942 of them, College of Engineering and Technology, 462 graduates, and the College of Law and Public Service, 431. There'll be a total of 6,800, nearly 6,800 in the class of 2026. We expect 15,000 folks in attendance at Front Wave Arena over the next 3 days. The range for degrees will go from associate to doctoral. The National University is a veteran-founded nonprofit, has been dedicated to meeting the needs of non-traditional working and military students by providing accessible and affordable higher education opportunities since 1971. San Diego's largest private nonprofit university, NU offers more than 150 online and on-campus programs with flexible 4-week and 8-week classes and one-to-one graduate education models designed to help students reach their goals while balancing busy lives. Since its founding, the NU community has grown to 130,000 learners served per year, 50,000 degree-seeking students, and 80,000 workforce and professional development students. There will be 250,000 alumni around the globe, many of whom serve in helping industries such as business, education, healthcare, cybersecurity, and law and criminal justice. To learn more about National University's new possibilities in education, including next-generation education, value-rich education, and the whole human education, visit nu.edu. Anyway, this ceremony is going to be absolutely just chock full of some great speeches. We're going to hear from the keynote speaker today from Darshana Patel, Dr. Donna Purcell. She is the Assembly member of the District 76, the California State Assembly. You're going to learn a little bit about the Anders campaign that National University has been doing, and they call their students Anders because they are earning their degrees while they are also working and raising families and serving in uniform and caring for people that depend on them. It's a great privilege, as Dr. Mark Milliron says, president of National University, to salute these students who serve their patients, students, families, communities, and their country. As the veteran-founded institution, approximately 70% of National University students take the majority of their classes online. More than 80% of the undergraduates are transfer students. The vast majority are working. The average age of NU students is 33 years old. About 1 in 4 students are service members or veterans. Very important for us folk living here in San Diego. We are the region's #1 military port, with the folks that are serving in the Marines, in the Navy, in the Coast Guard, smattering in Air Force and Army. And it's so important for National University to shout out the folks in the military, as the economic benefit to having our military in our San Diego region is huge. The military contributes about $70 billion in indirect revenue income to our region, and $39 billion in direct spending. Without this, by far and away, they are the #1 driver of the economy in San Diego. And National University continues to be a catalyst for educational innovation, inclusion, and excellence. They work to build, strengthen, and advance partnerships, expand career-relevant certificates and degrees to prepare students for the jobs of today and in the future and implement these new technologies. National University has long supported a plethora of nonprofit organizations in our San Diego region, not just the ones that are focused on education. They are involved in so many different aspects.
The ceremony will begin in just 5 minutes. Guests, please take your seats, and graduates, prepare to rise for the processional. Don't forget, you can access the live stream and digital program using the QR code on signs and screens throughout the arena. As a courtesy to all attendees, please silence your cell phones and remain seated throughout the ceremony. Since we are at full capacity, please seat guests together and avoid leaving empty seats between groups. Thank you.
As we get ready for the ceremony, I want to shout out that National University is a pioneer in learning-centered innovation and a leader in providing next-generation education. NU has always really focused on the student, on where they are, when they want the learning to take place, and to model after their career goals or try to advance in the careers that they already. The beauty of National University's models is that you can't really walk around San Diego too much and not find someone that has been touched by National University, either as a student or they may be teaching at National University, an adjunct professor, or part of a nonprofit that has benefited from the kindness and the generosity of National University. This year, there'll be 748 new autism therapists. There were families have been waiting for one for months, for quite a while. And again, the range just continues. There'll be more than 1,000 teachers and school leaders that will be added to the workforce during a critical inflection point for America's teacher shortage. So what's good about this, especially in San Diego County, again, they confer so many of these degrees, and whether it's in TK, focusing on graduate level, they're going to be making a major impact, not in the learning, not only in the learning and innovation in San Diego, but also in what is happening in the homes themselves. There'll be a new generation of marriage and family therapists in a profession that has long lacked them. More than 340 graduates trained as marriage and family therapists this year at the master's, doctoral, and PhD levels. This cohort lands in the middle of a national reckoning with mental health access at a time when more than 150 million Americans live in federally designated mental health professional shortage areas. And as anybody who has been paying attention, especially in the last 5-10 years, maybe even more, we have a mental crisis in this country and actually around the world that we've never seen before. There's a doctoral class. About 700 NU graduates earned doctoral degrees this year, EDDs, PhDs, DBAs, and DNPs, and others. Many of them are the first in their family to reach this level of academic attainment. There's a new pipeline into cybersecurity and nursing. More than 200 NU graduates earned degrees in cybersecurity. Roughly 265 earned nursing credentials in a profession that remains around 80% white in one of the most country's acute shortages. Anybody who has needed some medical attention can certainly thank National University for adding to this pipeline in nursing. And as we mentioned before, that National University is all about its Anders, and those students that are not only going to school but are working, or they are also taking care of families, or they are doing 75,000 other things, and that's why we call them Anders. So they are built on Second Acts and Second Chapter. So you sit back and you will enjoy a wonderful procession that'll be kicking off shortly. You'll see all these wonderful graduates that are ready to kick off. All right, as we get ready to start the ceremony, you're going to hear from Dr. John Cicero, Provost and Chief Academic Officer. We'll hear national anthem from Kayla Villanueva, invocation from Chaplain Kevin Johnstone. Also hear from President Dr. Mark Millarn with his President's Mission, and the keynote speech, as we mentioned earlier, from Dr. Darshana Patel. And we will certainly want to hear her comments. She's a member of District 76.
Graduates,
California
if you are
State
able,
Assembly.
please rise for the processional.
Here comes the program.
Good afternoon. The candidates for degrees have been assembled. Please be seated. My name is John Cicero, and as Provost of National University, I am honored to preside over our 2026 commencement ceremony. I welcome our Board of Trustees, distinguished keynote speaker, the Honorable Dr. Darshana Patel, President Mark Milliron, faculty, graduates, and the family and friends who supported our grads along the way. Graduates, you now have, over the past 5 decades, have gone to serve, to lead and make a difference in your communities and professions. Congratulations and thanks to all for being here to celebrate this important milestone. At this time, I'll ask you to please rise for the presentation of our national colors by Oceanside High School Junior ROTC and remain standing for the singing of our national anthem led by NU alum Kayla Villanueva, followed by the invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Color Guard, and thank you so much, Kayla. Now I invite Chaplain Kevin Johnstone of the San Diego Fire Rescue Department to give today's invocation.
Thank you. One of the privileges of being one of the first people to come to the podium is I get to say, congratulations, graduating class of 2026. As was stated, my name is Kevin Johnstone, and I am a chaplain for the San Diego Fire Rescue Department. We are deeply honored to be here representing the fire department with you on this very special day. Today, I encourage you not to simply think of this as a graduation, but as a commencement, the beginning of a new chapter, a new journey, and a new calling. A commencement marks not an ending, but the first step into the life ahead. And my prayer is that each of you will walk that path with courage, purpose, and the guiding hand of God. Will you please take a moment to open your hearts and join me in prayer? Heavenly Father, we invite your presence into this place as we gather to celebrate the extraordinary achievements of these graduates. Today marks the culmination of their hard work, sacrifice, and perseverance. We are grateful for dreams fulfilled and for the opportunities that lie ahead for these graduates. Lord, we're asking your blessing upon the class of 2026 as they commence this new season of life. Guide their steps and remind them that their future is secure in your hands. You have gone before them, preparing a path filled with purpose and opportunity. Give them courage when they face uncertainty, wisdom when they make decisions, and peace in every challenge they encounter. Bless the family, friends, and mentors who supported these graduates along the way. We give thanks for the faculty, staff, and amazing leadership of National University, whose dedication has helped shape lives and futures. Their love, encouragement, and sacrifice have helped make this moment possible, and each of them share in the joy of your accomplishments. Father, inspire these graduates to use the gifts that you have given them with integrity, humility, and compassion. May they pursue excellence not only in their careers, but in their character. May they be leaders who bring hope, unity, and healing to a world in need. Help them to stand for what is right, to love others well, and to use their gifts to make a meaningful difference. Help them to be peacemakers in a world that needs healing. Teach them to value every person, reject hatred, and to live lives that reflect love, respect, and dignity for all. Let the education they have received here become not only a foundation for personal success, but a tool to preserve others and straighten communities. Remind them that today is not the end, but the beginning. May they never stop learning, growing, and seeking the purpose you have placed before them. Lord, surround them with your peace, grace, and favor, and bless each step of their journey ahead. In your holy name we pray, amen. And graduates, today we celebrate you. We are proud of you. May you go forward with confidence, transform your knowledge into action, and shine brightly in all that you do.
Thank you so much, Chaplain. Please be seated. It is now my honor to introduce the President of National University, Dr. Mark D. Milliron.
Thank you, Dr. Cicero, and good afternoon, everyone. I have to begin by letting you know that this is one of my absolute favorite things in all of the vital work we do here at NU, to be here, to be with you on this special day, and to celebrate your crossing of the stage. Let's just take a moment and let's show this class of 2026 how proud of them we are. Let's give them a huge round of applause. This year, we are celebrating nearly 6,800 graduates, and each of you brings a story of persistence, sacrifice, and determination. Today is about honoring that. I'd like to begin by getting grounded in what this university is and who we serve. More than 50 years ago, NU was founded by a retired U.S. Navy captain and innovative higher education professor, Dr. David Chigos. who was heartbroken watching service members returning from Vietnam facing so many challenges with traditional education as they tried to make use of their GI Bill. And it wasn't because those universities didn't care about them, it's because they weren't built for them. What he believed was that for high-quality higher education should not be limited to a specific group of individuals that fit a traditional model, but should be accessible to people of all ages and stages, including people who are balancing careers, service, and family responsibilities. It was a radical idea at the time, but that mission still drives us today. Indeed, from that radical idea back in 1971 to the real impact at scale today, NU now serves over 130,000 degree-seeking and workforce and professional development students annually across the United States and abroad, and is one of the largest nonprofit and private universities in the country. And we remain completely and deeply dedicated to serving non-traditional working and military students with excellence. We often call our students Anders, and we call you Anders because their primary identities, your primary identities, are not just as students. You're not the 19-year-old on the quad with your backpack. Our learners are students and parents. They're students and professionals, students and caregivers, and service members, and leaders in their communities. Anders are people balancing real lives and pursuing excellence in education. That's what makes this moment so meaningful. You didn't step away from your responsibilities to earn this degree. You lived into your ands, even as you completed your degrees and prepared for your next adventures. It's so inspiring to watch all of you embrace this journey. I understand this path personally because on my Ander journey, I was the first in my family to successfully navigate a higher education pathway. I come from a large and diverse family of 9 kids that included 3 adopted siblings and over 25 foster kids that rotated through my house during the time I was growing up. So when I graduated high school, moving out wasn't an option. They needed the room, so I had to get out. Thankfully for me, there was a community college nearby that got me on the pathway to possibility. And from my beginnings at Mesa Community College through to my graduate degrees, worked as a busboy and then a waiter to pay for rent, gas, car, and school. By applause, how many of you students are going to be the first in your family on a journey through higher education? Let's hear it. How many of you started at a community college? Let's hear that. And now, how many of you had to work while you went to school at NU? I love our Ander journeys, and regardless of the details of your Ander journey, now you're here, about to cross this stage. And just take a moment to appreciate the array of Ander stories all around you. You come to us today from all kinds of backgrounds, overcoming all kinds of challenges, with all kinds of aspirations at all ages and stages. In fact, the youngest graduate today is 20 years old, and the most seasoned in this class that will walk across the stage today is 79 years young. Now, as graduates of National University, you are stepping into careers that will drive innovation, strengthen institutions, and serve communities in meaningful and lasting ways. You are a remarkable group of graduates, and we are incredibly proud of what you have already accomplished and are really excited for your future. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the people who helped make all this possible. To our dedicated Board of Trustees, our faculty, administrators, and staff, thank you so much for all the guidance and support you provide our students every day. Let's go ahead and have them stand. Faculty, staff, trustees, please stand up and let's give them a giant round of applause. Come on. And for you graduates, I want to get you involved in this one too, because to the family members, the friends, the colleagues, and all those who supported our graduates along their journey, what we know is that an Ander journey is often a team sport. Your encouragement was essential to make this achievement possible. Graduates, I think we have to give your supporters a huge round of applause. We also want to recognize those who have served and continue to serve in the military in honor of NU's deep military roots and our continued commitment to military-connected students and their families. Thank you for your service and for the sacrifice. Will all service members and veterans please stand so we can give you a huge round of applause. Before we move forward, I want to share something with you. In the last year, National University was recognized by the Carnegie Foundation and the American Council on Education as an opportunity college and university. This is an institution that is high in accessibility, which means affordability and flexibility, but also high in earnings in terms of outcomes for our graduates. When they built this classification, they were trying to showcase the difference-making institutions around the country. And of the 4,500 institutions out there, only 400 plus, a little over 400, were recognized as OCUs. And National University was one of those institutions. This is fantastic. It's a big round of applause for you. You should feel great about this. This recognition reflects the strength of this university and, more importantly, the strength of our graduates. Here at NU, we believe it's not just the degree you earn, but the degree to which you use it. So as you take your next steps, we want to ask you something simple but powerful. We have an admonition for you, a charge, if you will. I want to ask each of you to remember this phrase, each one, reach one. Each one, reach one is a phrase that basically means find somebody in your life and encourage them on their pathway to learning. It doesn't have to be at NU, it can be anywhere, because what we know is that education is transformational for people and their families and for the community. Find a student, a colleague, a family member, and encourage them, someone who can benefit from the example you set today. Because let me be clear about this. As an Ander, your successfully crossing this stage is a symbol. You are showing people it's possible. Your achievement is going to be an inspiration. Be willing to reach out. Say it with me. Each one, reach one. Say it to each other. Each one, reach one. And remember, as you take this charge, and I really do wish you hope you take this charge, that this commencement means beginning. This is not the end of your journey. It is the start of what comes next. And as you're doing that work, remember that each one reach one, because you are part of a global community now of National University alumni. Stay connected, keep learning, and continue to lift others along the way. Class of 2026, we are so proud of you. Congratulations. It is now my honor to introduce our distinguished commencement speaker, the Honorable Dr. Darshana Patel. Dr. Patel serves in the California State Assembly representing communities across northern San Diego County. She brings to her work a unique combination of experience as a research scientist, education leader, and public servant, along with a grounded, real-world perspective. She's a power mom, I'm just going to be blunt about that. Throughout her career, she has focused on strengthening communities and expanding opportunity. And in her short time in the Assembly, she has already become a powerhouse educational legislator. She now chairs basically all the important education committees. And most important for you all here, she has been a leading voice for non-traditional working in the military student community. She is literally your advocate and a dear friend to National University. We are so honored to have her with us today. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Darshana Patel.
Sometimes good things come in small packages. I do need an apple box to stand on. Thank you, Dr. Milliron, for the invitation to join this momentous occasion with these inspiring graduates, their loving family and friends, and NU's dedicated faculty and staff. Graduates, in this moment, I want to offer you a new way to look at the world you are entering. This world is constantly buzzing and booming with AI, robotics, and other new advanced technologies. Even with all this high-tech noise all around, I want to challenge you to look not through the lens of a machine, but through the lens of a dreamer. I'm a scientist, so here is my hypothesis. I kind of have to start with a hypothesis. Our dreams solve problems. I don't just mean by setting aspirational goals that we might do as we dream, but actually literal sleep dreams. Scientists tell us that dreaming is the brain's way of taking the chaotic fragments of our waking lives and weaving them into novel solutions. It is unpredictable, nonlinear, and uniquely irreducibly human. Artificial intelligence does not sleep. It does not dream. And while it may hallucinate at times, and you will discover that that is not the same as dreaming, AI functions strictly within the boundaries of what it has already been shown. But the world's most wicked problems that you will encounter, that we are encountering, resist every neat solution and pattern recognition. These problems require the chaotic, intuitive spark that gives us clues on how to solve what is unpredictable. You are entering a truly dizzying landscape. AI has moved firmly into mainstream life, with the majority of Americans now interacting with AI weekly. Experts warn that AI could eliminate a significant share of entry-level white-collar jobs. Those jobs might be in technology, in finance, in law, and even consulting within just a few years. You may have felt that anxiety already, perhaps during an internship in a workplace, or even while scrolling through the news at night while you're sitting on your couch trying to relax. But while the algorithm is busy automating the bottom rungs of that ladder, your education, the one you've earned here at National University, has been preparing you for an entirely different floor. You are not being trained to compete with lines of code or with the machine. You are being trained to be designers and architects, the dreamers who decide which problems are worth solving and which human costs are simply not acceptable. Dreamers don't just set the vision, they execute it. I personally know the weight of that responsibility because I have lived it. My own path was not a predictable, linear path drawn by an algorithm. It was a series of pivots. Those pivots were powered by the very critical thinking, problem-solving skills that you have honed here at National University. And frankly, sometimes those pivots and those skills are related to the challenges you have faced head-on through your journey in life. I began my journey as the daughter of immigrants, a background that many of you are familiar with, and one that taught me early on how to navigate uncertainty and to dream of a better world despite the fragments of our chaotic realities. The foundation of resilience led me into the laboratory as a research scientist. In the lab, I learned that critical thinking isn't just about finding the right answer. It's about asking the right question and making the connections between disparate data points that others might miss. But those skills, the ability to reason through uncertainty and sit with those wicked problems a little bit longer, they eventually called me to a different workbench. I realized that the same logic I used to solve biological problems could be used to solve societal ones. And I was able to pivot from the laboratory to the halls of government, eventually serving as a policymaker and now as the chair of the California Assembly Committee on Education. This journey from science to policy was only possible because I didn't just learn the facts. I internalized my learning. Whether I was analyzing the structure of a protein target for cancer or a legislative bill, the reality is the core skills, they remain the same. The ability to parse truth from fiction, maintain human oversight in a world of complex variables turns out to be the same, whether you're at the lab bench or the policy-making table. This is why I want to talk to you a little bit about internalizing your learning and how to protect that treasure. Stanford researchers have found that AI-assisted learning often fades the moment those AI tools are removed. Your value, both now and, in fact, 20 years from now, lies in the reasoning that you will carry with you when that screen goes dark. The bot is not your benchmark. And I want to be clear, AI is genuinely a powerful thinking tool that you will likely be using if you have not experimented with it already. It can be a powerful thinking partner, and learning to use it well will be a valuable skill. The graduates who thrive won't be the ones that just refuse these tools, nor the ones that wholesale outsource their thinking to those tools. The graduates who use these tools in a way that shows that they know the difference between just simply using them to solve their problems. And here's the trap you might encounter. If you go to that AI tool before doing your own thinking, you will almost always get an answer that is technically correct. I want to give you an example. That tool, if you go to it and ask AI to help you plan a trip to Italy, it'll likely give you a really nice tour package. A visit to the Colosseum, the Uffizi, a gondola ride in Venice. Sounds lovely. It's like a greatest hits package. But it can't know what your soul is craving, what you need in that moment. What you might need is a slow week in a small rural hill town, eating food that no Yelp restaurant or no Yelp review has ever made for that restaurant. Those details lie within you, and they lie within human conversations and connections that you make with the people around you. So here's my practical advice. Draft before you prompt. Do your own thinking first, and it's always okay to start off a little rough. I think that's how some of us do our best creative thinking. Then bring the tool in to pressure test your ideas and challenge your assumptions. That's where AI has its best use. Use it as a sparring partner, not as a ghostwriter. And know when to put it down entirely. These are the moments that will define your career, such as that ethical call, the decision where someone's dignity is on the line. Those are not the moments for a technically correct answer. Those are the moments for a human one. And like my own transition from the lab to the assembly, your ability to dream through a problem or make connections that an algorithm can't predict, that is what will set you apart. That capacity is yours. Guard it very carefully. As you step into your careers, lean into these strengths. Your rational problem solving under uncertainty skills, your critical thinking to help strengthen your solutions, and empathy that is born out of struggle, the same struggles that many of us have experienced. Your colleagues and the people that work with you, they'll be going through similar struggles. For our business and engineering graduates, don't just use AI for efficiency's sake. Use it as a tool for strategic reinvention to imagine a new equilibrium for our world. For our law and public service graduates, the public trusts independent experts like you far more than the companies building these tools. That trust is a responsibility. And as you lead, you must constantly ask, to what end? We can automate our way to staggering productivity, but if the human spirit to dream withers while the economic numbers grow, we've only built a ghost economy. That's a world that looks prosperous, but feels hollow. What does it do for our society if we have all the time in the world for leisure, but have lost the economic security and purpose required for people to actually dream of a better world? The intelligence age is not a story of machines taking over. It's a story of humans deciding what kind of world is worth building. My final challenge to you is this, graduates of 2026, keep dreaming. Make those unexpected connections that only you can make. Use your skills to challenge yourself, to grow, to pivot, and when the world needs you, you give it your unique, truly human experience to help solve those wicked problems. Whether you're at the workbench or an office desk, in a boardroom or in a courtroom, remember that you are the architects of our collective dream. Congratulations, navigators. Congratulations to the class of 2026. Now go out and build that beautiful world. Thank you.
Everything about that. Dr. Patel, would you please join me back at the lectern? And Dr. Lee Rice, Chair of our Board of Trustees, I'll ask you to come up as well. What's going to happen next is we're going to present Dr. Patel with an honorary doctorate. Dr. Patel, your career has been defined by a deep commitment to public service, community leadership, and expanding opportunity. Through your work in science, education, and public office, you have helped strengthen communities and create pathways for others. And in recognition of your outstanding contributions and your dedication to advancing opportunity, it is my honor to present you with an honorary doctorate degree from National University. Let's give her a big round of applause. I'm going to take that. And you take the hood. I'll do it. Okay. As you go ahead and place the hood on her head, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Another big round of applause. Now, it is my pleasure and honor to get to the good stuff, to confer the degrees upon the National University graduating class of 2026. Will Dr. John Cicero, Interim Dean of the College of Business, Engineering, and Technology, please come forward?
Nash University is proud to host a distinguished array of honor societies that hold great significance for our students. At this time, please direct your attention to the screen for a list of honor societies affiliated with the College of Business, Engineering, and Technology. Will the graduates who are members of these esteemed societies please stand and be recognized?
Give them a big round of applause.
Thank you. Please be seated. President Milliron, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Business, Engineering, and Technology, I present to you the candidates who have met the standards required to receive associate's, bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees.
Will the candidates for all degrees in the College of Business, Engineering, and Technology please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the appropriate degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Graduates, please take your seats. Now, will Lisa Hutton, Dean of the College of Law and Business and Public Service, please come forward.
Hello, graduates and guests. Once again, please direct your attention to the screen for a list of honor societies affiliated with the College of Law and Public Service. Will the graduates who are members of these esteemed societies please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. President Milliron, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Law and Public Service, I present to you the candidates who have met the standards required to receive associate's, bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees.
Will the candidates for all degrees in the College of Law and Public Service please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the appropriate degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Another round of applause. Graduates, please take your seats. And now that I've asked you to sit, I'd like all graduates of the class of 2026 to please stand. You may now move that tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left, signifying that you have earned your academic degree. Congratulations. John, you.
You may be seated. Now is the time for which we've all been waiting, the presentation of the graduates along with the hooding of doctoral candidates. Graduates will now begin to approach the stage. In respect of the graduates here today, we ask that all guests remain in their seats until the conclusion of the ceremony. We also ask that upon leaving the stage, graduates return to their seats and remain seated until the recessional.
Kadari Shortridge.
Misael Lugo.
Marcus Meli.
Duke An Huen.
McGregor Santos.
Ernesto Chula.
Andres Michael O'Neill. Justin Marby. Tiffany Snowden.
Jasmine Hernandez.
Mary Roach. McKenna Elizabeth Ruiz.
Alexis Cecilia Arroyo.
Abram Omar Shari Stewart. Dante Wills.
Kayla Simonori.
Kira Roper. Patrice Denise Strickland.
Megan Donaldson.
Kyle Romero. Michael D. O'Brien. Gabriela Vargas.
Catherine Kincaid. Connor Brown.
Maria Santa Cruz. Charles Thurston. Drew Allen Peterson, Jr. Rebecca Isabel Velasco. J. Tiffany Nichols.
Paul Douglas Monahan.
Heather Orengo.
Rochelle Adine Early. Samari Amin Power.
Natalia Riley. Lourdes Morales.
Emerson Lewis. Adam Edward Gaona. Dwayne Johnson.
Arsen Parunakyan.
Megan Leanne Jones. Christy Ann Chase. Melina Janine Alvarez.
Joel Reyes Simswanko.
Christina Lynette Carter Edwards.
Erica Enid Padua. Fred Alexis Portillo. Stacy Marie Savala.
Alfredo Gonzalez.
Christian Rodriguez.
Brenda Yadira Favela. Mariah Castorena. Evan Coleman.
Crystal Marie Pastrana Hernandez.
Joseph Francis Buckley.
Michael Teague.
Natasha Alanjari.
Chelsea Schluter.
Suleiman Kroma.
Heather Ann Orduño. Ernesto Mendoza.
Leila Juarez Haro.
Alyssa Page Sykes.
Malaya Long.
Julio Colon Morales.
Anthony Sharp.
Moath Ibrahim.
Nija Smith.
Dr. K2 Kate Lagman, Juris Doctor.
Dr. Antonio Medina Sosa, Juris Doctor. Christopher Aaron Williams. Dr. Jade Pratt, Juris Doctor.
Vera Sarkisyan. Dr. Grady Maurice Sutton.
Brent Baker Dunlap. Samuel Aldama. Antoine Henry Johnson.
Nathan James Vosberg. Caden Rivera.
Vernell Patrice Detty. Alejandro Cristobal Baez. Alana Marie Chavez.
Jennifer Orellana Maldonado.
Michael Aaron King. Linda Marie Lawandi.
Miriam Ramsey.
Monica Davis.
Rebecca A. Slusher.
Christopher David Hita.
Gevork Ziretchen. Charles Eunice.
Dr. Jessica Fitzell, Doctor of Criminal Justice, Homeland Security.
Dr. Ladavan Sutiyanan, Doctor of Public Administration. Dr. Alana Williams, Doctor of Criminal Justice.
Dr. Deborah Amelia Duran, Doctor of Criminal Justice, White Collar Crime.
Dr. Janelle A. Wilson, Doctor of Criminal Justice, Policing. Daniel Rodriguez. Dylan Hunter Williams.
Sandy Denny Klinnock.
Jose Rivera Smith.
Jamie Colbert.
Samantha Jo Sierra.
Maria Katiana Gregory. Francisco Gonzalez.
Charlie Joseph Van Devoord, Jr.
Maria Holly Bereza. Taylor Cowles.
Luis Rocha. Brian William Weeks. Danitza Rodriguez.
Nicole Anderson. Lydia Elizabeth Hernandez.
Adriana Solis. Santi Rosario. Jolie Mackenzie Warmouth. Steve Vejar.
Esteban Colunga.
Eric G. Murphy. Matthew Richard Mass. Christopher Ranucci. Marisol Mirella Rivera Zamora.
Anthony Hernandez.
Camille Magdalena Reyes. Molly Sullivan.
Luis Alejandro Abarca. Emmeline Catarino. Christina Lockwood. Rogelio Loera. Cheryl Baldonado. Dakota Cox. Cherish M. Halsell.
Sarah Haggerty.
Julia Silvi Caballé Espiritu.
Maria Guadalupe Torres Gonzalez.
Lance de Braga. Peter Lizarraga. Shayanta Baltimore. Gretchen Nirvana Guerrero Uribe. Brian Christian Daya. Mariah Guzman. Sylvia Lopez. Galia Nancy Hernandez.
Anthony Azarito.
Ricky Artmani. Abel Garcia.
Patricia Robbins. Samantha Romero.
William Bo Herrera. Fuad Eniola Ajibola.
Eric Young. Jasmine Nicole Trujillo Guzman.
Moselle Sierra Withers. Kiran Bravo.
Angela Margarita Figueroa.
Robert Nishnik Sr. Candice Judy Marie White.
Edgardo Favela. Peter Varick Chup. Javier Hernandez.
Anthony Pimentel.
Jasmine Kelly Romero.
Sylvia Rose Villarreal.
Alejandra Acosta.
And now, the graduates from the College of Business, Engineering, and Technology.
Brian Grattan.
Yanimar Roland Lopez. Alyssa Lynn Madrid. Francis Dominic Palomo. Ernesto Rodriguez.
Amine Kaje Kian.
Jonathan Race.
Janair Nimade Anderson. Christina Lopez. Shayla Garcia. Joaquin Castillo. Maria Guadalupe Diaz. Keith Ivey.
LaMichael Moss.
Rakia Hargraves.
Candace Reeder. Ian Michael Matofsky.
Amitesh Shivneel Chand. Gayasuddin Gayas. Vanessa Marie Flores. Ahmed Ali Omar. Megan Gonzalez.
Hector Paul Quiroga.
Nathaniel Tanner Hansen. Kamori Tay Howard. Marimor Ngozi Akpambo.
Angela Michelle Nixon. Marilyn Magdaleno. Sarah Frances Merck. Chantel Tabata. Amy Lynette Rico.
Jaisal Garcia.
Alberto Mendez.
Kevin Gerardo Davalos.
John Nash.
Yolanda Renee Henderson. Aaron Carter.
Jonathan Ortiz Valdez. Derek Dwayne Patterson.
Tayshawn Ford. William Hung. Noela Estrada. Charles Holmes.
Alejandro Manuel Palacio. Bernard Seal.
Hunter Hughes.
Carlos Adolfo Palma.
Brittany Marie Boroto.
Emmanuel Vesiana. Vincent Trio.
Louise Eleanor Daly. Melissa Cassandra Arayales. Basma H. Kanaya.
Crystal Torrey.
Christopher Crane Conlon.
Okehelem Umendu.
Richmond Awua. Antonio Burke. Christopher Jimenez.
Shelby Passmore.
Edmund Angelo Darum. Haley Byers. Randolph Ganzon.
Zeta Meehan.
Juvenal Garcia.
Jennifer Kay.
Cheyenne Elizabeth Slaughter.
Alexis Constance Harris. Gregory Chilson. Christopher Sean Calhoun.
Isaac Perez. Matthew Mackey.
Itzel Lopez.
Linda Wells.
Melissa Yasmin Georgie. Candace Crawford.
Errol Vidad.
Dr. Yin Keen, Doctor of Business Administration, Project Management.
Dr. Asante Moody, Doctor of Business Administration.
Dr. Anthony Amelraj, Doctor of Business Administration, Project Management. Dr. Joshua Kisner, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration.
Public Administration.
Dr. Justin R. Werner, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration. Homeland Security Leadership and Policy.
Amber Garcia.
Anna Puglisi.
Juliana Faraci. Alexis Arias. Gloria Cooley.
Mariah Ann Knoll. Myra Rivera.
Dr. Stephanie Ann Davis Keaton, Doctor of Philosophy in Technology and Innovation Management.
Specialization in Information Systems.
Carla Shanice Washington.
Ryan Cumrow.
Morty Irvin.
Blandina Cruz.
Melissa Ann Tanksley. Keon Pitts.
Eric K. Holguin. Tara Karen.
Ifeoluwa Onifade. Viviana Magalhães Tripp.
Helen Burnett. Michelle Lopez.
Daniel Cortez Apostol.
Dr. Arthur Fidd, Doctor of Business Administration.
Dr. Donald R. Barnwell, Doctor of Business Administration.
Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Reginald A. Saunders, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Financial Management.
Dr. Musa B. Adamu, Doctor of Philosophy in Cybersecurity. Specialization in Secure Cloud Computing.
Dr. Brittany Ann Stetcher, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration.
Dr. Tamara L. Bombardo Way, Doctor of Philosophy and Business Administration.
Project Management.
Dr. Sandra Cole, Doctor of Business Administration.
Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Sohaila Hosseini, Doctor of Philosophy in Technology and Innovation Management. Cybersecurity. Dr. Shalina D. Cook, Doctor of Business Administration.
Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Justine McLaurin, Doctor of Philosophy and Organizational Leadership.
Michael Anthony Hoya.
Dr. Cherise Campbell, Doctor of Business Administration.
Criminal Justice.
Dr. Robert O. London, Doctor of Business Administration.
Financial Management.
Israel Leon.
Dr. George Ampofo, Doctor of Business Administration. Advanced Accounting.
Michael Equibe.
Jeffrey Tellep.
Eric John Lazaldi. Tony Manuel Duran.
Stephanie Robbins. Desiree Marie Vieira Martinez. John R. Montiano. Tristan Stovall.
Eyomewe Hainga Simsi.
Donald Moore.
Richard Roman Arzate.
Alejandra Vasquez.
Linda Milagros Aviles. Serene Goler.
Stephanie Williams. Elizabeth Maurer. Dr. Jamarcus Newell, Doctor of Business Administration, Industrial Organizational Psychology.
Dr. Chantel Bonds, Doctor of Business Administration.
Dr. Timothy Tyler, Doctor of Business Administration, Health Services.
Dr. Raquel Luna, Doctor of Philosophy,
Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Kevin Dane Evans, Doctor of Business Administration,
Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Joy Dean Shane, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Industrial Organizational Psychology. Dr. Whitney Rogers, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration Management.
Dr. Portia Yvette Robinson, Doctor of Business Administration, Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Christine Lynn Fonner, Doctor of Philosophy in Organizational Leadership,
Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Paul Gary Otto, Doctor of Philosophy in Organizational Leadership. Tiara L. Yates. Dr. Felicia A. Swansea, Doctor of Business Administration, General Business. Dr. Carl Minter, Doctor of Philosophy in Organizational Leadership.
Jeffrey Brown.
O'Neill Orlando Brown.
Jennifer Alcade de los Reyes.
Justice Wiredu.
Devashna Dillon. Monique Chiffon Davis. Dr. Chiffon Tracy Hodges, Doctor of Philosophy and Business Administration.
Specialization in Organizational Leadership.
Vincent Jones.
Giancarlo Misanas Alfaro. Samantha Love. Michael Gerardo Arreola Zamora.
Desiree Woolcock.
Jessica Beltran. Terrell Cloud. Brandon Cummings.
Mei C. Shong.
Geraldine Darius Henry.
Dr. Carice A. Haynes, Doctor of Education in Early Childhood Education.
Dr. Judy Benjamin Henderson, Doctor of Philosophy in Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Suzette Michelle Cujo Hodge Johnson, Doctor of Business Administration, Criminal Justice.
Dr. Rochelle Fields, Doctor of Philosophy in Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Rosemary M. Rodriguez, Doctor of Business Administration.
Dr. Michael Hayes, Doctor of Business Administration,
Health Services.
Dr. Charles Michael David, Doctor of Business Administration, Strategic Marketing.
Dr. Kathy Thompson, Doctor of Business Administration, Strategic Marketing.
Dr. Ronalda Kennedy, Doctor of Business Administration,
Strategic Marketing.
Dr. Christina Maria Sanchez, Doctor of Business Administration, Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Sorel Shujem Siewe, Doctor of Philosophy in Cybersecurity, General and Technology.
Harry Aldeas.
Dinga Stanley Forsang.
Atiyogbe Fidel Mawuse Klijo.
Bonheur Muhuzi.
Nate Nicole Holmes.
Rachel Pallamore.
Ashley Augustin.
Kimberly Underwood.
Armando Angel De Leon.
Bianca Fiorella Mendiola Maris.
Sean Gerardo.
Dr. Pauline Thomason, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science. Simmons Sadeghi.
Jocelyn J. Albarian.
Taylor Quahonte. Chris Kono.
Naomi Sarah.
Justine Kirkley. Dr. Brian Giovannini, Doctor of Philosophy in Technology and Innovation Management,
Cybersecurity.
Juliette Reyes. Dr. George Okoth Oburu, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science. Dr. Christopher Simpson, Doctor of Philosophy in Technology Management, Cybersecurity.
Dr. Jeremy Agozino, Doctor of Philosophy in Technology and Innovation Management.
Specialization in Engineering Management.
Dr. Yamin Norwood, Doctor of Philosophy in Technology and Innovation Management, Cybersecurity.
Dr. David Duradola, Doctor of Philosophy in Technology Management.
Cybersecurity.
Gustavo Arango. Saul Alba.
Ketron Lamar Toomer.
Eric Matthew Popa.
Trent Feltz.
Oscar Nava.
Etanil Cortez Agas.
Natalie Reyes.
Alejandro Garza.
Santos J. Ramirez.
Clarence Prince.
Dr. Denise Gadsden, Doctor of Philosophy and Technology Management, Information Systems. George Kwong War. Edgar Brizineau.
Otto Dela Cruz.
Lena Fuerte.
Jessica Martinez.
Paul Bernardez. Jonathan M. Davis.
Vanessa Wynn.
Dr. Jessica Bullard Nolan, Doctor of Business Administration, General Business. Dr. Kolawole Amosun, Doctor of Philosophy and Technology Management.
Specialization in Information Systems.
Dr. Corey Hinton, Doctor of Business Administration.
Criminal Justice.
Dr. Satpreet Singh, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Organizational Leadership. Dr. Oladimeji Olaoye, Doctor of Philosophy in Technology and Innovation Management, Cybersecurity.
Dr. Wilfred Florestat, Doctor of Business Administration, Health Services.
Dr. Tanya Stewart, Doctor of Philosophy in Cybersecurity, Specialization in Governance, Risk, and Compliance.
Dr. Marlene Sapodi DeRosso, Doctor of Business Administration, Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Freddie L. King Jr., Doctor of Business Administration, General Business.
Kim Abeto Kwasito Malate.
Oscar Buria Ambanawa.
Dr. Kevin Zingwa Nkafu, Doctor of Philosophy in Cybersecurity, Governance, Risk, and Compliance.
Dr. Verena Omer Charles, Doctor of Business Administration,
Organizational Leadership. Dr. Dion Daniel Dent White, Doctor of Business Administration, Organizational Leadership.
Jody Ann N. Newton. '. . '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. '. ' Jeffrey Charles Martin.
Veronica Flores Diaz.
Denise McHale.
Anita Asari. Sheena Lair. Rajendar Maurice Deo Saran. Kathia Lopez. Liz Annette Corral. Esmeralda Landon Damian. Jennifer Gonzalez. Anigel Z. Chavez. Euclides Alfredo Fuentes.
Jonil Talibert. Dr. Onyeka Damian Franklin Okoli, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Health Services.
Dr. Mfon G. Bassi, Doctor of Business Administration, Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Tracy B. Young, Doctor of Business Administration, General Business. Dr. Ray A. McLean, Doctor of Business Administration, Project Management.
Kiara Sanders.
Brian Walton Arnold. Dr. Leland Russell Fullwilder, Doctor of Business Administration, General Business. Christopher Jewell. Alexander Aniseti.
Jeffrey Kimball.
Antonio Fry. Ricardo Antonio Candelario. Kimberly Yasmin Chinchilla.
Jayla Helly Wilburn. Omolola Okidina.
Benita Snurling.
Oshada Samaranayake. Augustine Okello Onyango.
Tagreed Azuz.
Dr. Otson Pierre, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Organizational Leadership. Jonathan Soto.
Majesty Marie Bird.
Rochelle Racine.
Kaishan Hawkins.
Dr. Carlin Minnick, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science.
Dr. Charles Joseph Berry, Doctor of Business Administration. Dr. Andre Johnson, Doctor of Business Administration.
Did he scan it?
That one can't scan.
Danita Matiak Mantuki.
Dr. Paul Willenborg, Doctor of Business Administration, Project Management. Dr. Tara Quinn, Doctor of Business Administration, Project Management.
Dr. Michael E. Holmes, Doctor of Business Administration, General Business.
Dr. Daryl Scott, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration.
Dr. Svetlana I. Hansen, Doctor of Philosophy, Data Science.
Dr. Felisa Slaughter Johnson, Doctor of Philosophy, Human Resource Management. Dr. Pascal Okafor, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Specialization in Financial Management. Dr. Usha Narayanan, Doctor of Philosophy in Data Science, Data Science. Trevor Woodruff.
Dr. Emmanuel Adeyemo, Doctor of Philosophy and Data Science. Dr. Russell Scott Anderwald, Doctor of Philosophy, Data Science.
Dr. Joyce D. Williams, Doctor of Philosophy in Data Science. Dr. Claude Marcelin Enganchu, Doctor of Philosophy in Data Science.
Juan Alvarado. George Aguayo Velez. Miklo Jean-Baptiste. Patrick Cunningham. Dao Viu Hu. Michael Barton Jr. Justin Carnes. Jennifer Divers.
Gomesindo Michael Rodriguez.
Christopher Hannigan.
Alan Gaylord Caringal Grijaldo.
Poonam Deep Kaur.
Carolyn Marie Wood.
Anthony Cortez. Dr. Jason Choi, Doctor of Philosophy, Data Science.
Debashish Yadav.
Elizabeth Alvarez.
Eric Riley. Shane Mathey.
Jonathan Diop. Cordelia and Kiruka Hardison.
Dr. Ephraim Elijah Hill, Doctor of Business Administration, Organizational Leadership.
Catherine Valmonte D. Yolanda Mayo. Hannah Padilla. Jose Sandoval.
Marissa Bravo.
Gabriela Andrea Perez Diaz.
Christopher Copeland. Pedro Arballo. Samuel Farrell. Liana Becerra.
David Vega. Mason Sakota. Sarah Norman. Dr. Sarita Michelle Russell, Doctor of Philosophy in Organizational Leadership.
Ivan Bituin.
Rana Hamden.
Santiago Nicolas Rueda.
John Amey.
Dr. Shrinu Pilitla, Doctor of Business Administration, Information Technology.
Dr. Emanuela Altonor, Doctor of Business Administration, Financial Management.
Dr. D. Allen, Doctor of Philosophy, Organizational Leadership. Dr. Kistern Hagens Sanders, Doctor of Business Administration,
Human Resources Management.
Dr. Lisa Marie Steele, Doctor of Business Administration, Organizational Leadership. Dr. Stacy Novak, Doctor of Philosophy in Organizational Leadership. Haley B.J. Mock.
Angela Cristal Arellano. Jose Diaz. Samantha Baer. Andrea Impastato.
Derek Anthony Woodley. Madison Stoddard.
Jacoby Johnson. Connor Lowe.
Malcolm Jamil Shakir Slay.
Randy Kolima. Sarmed Halabia.
Brenda Roxanne Ochoa.
Nicole Berumin.
Dr. Matthew Edward Prater, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science.
Aaron Luna.
Tao Yang. Elea Santos. Dr. Juan Carlos Salcedo, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science. Dr. Austin Mahoney, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science.
Dr. Arnold R. Crater, Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science. Dr. Alexander Timothy Finch, Doctor of Philosophy and Computer Science. Brian Miat Tut. Paloma Bruschi Marciano. Maya Gordon.
Dr. Hamim Mahmoud Mahdi, Doctor of Philosophy in Data Science. Dr. Victor L. Shortino, Doctor of Philosophy in Data Science. Doctor of Philosophy in Data Science. Dr. Dorothy Machira, Doctor of Business Administration. Dr. Alex Pujols, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science. Whitney Grace Spalding.
Danielle Griggs. Anthony Michael Fleischer. Osvaldo Hernandez. Daniel David Youngman. Dylan Delaney.
Noah Valenzuela. Nicholas Noguera.
Summer Jones Williams.
Daisy Perez.
Anthony Della Torre.
Brian Robinson.
Darren Kyle D. Calica. Lacey Alt. Justin Thomas Hoyt.
Joy Powers.
Sara Alves Subira. Josiah Loaiza. Karina Kosho. Cesar Daniel Corvera. Alexis Celeste Gonzalez. Xavier Ladding.
Maria Hernan de Fernandez.
Melissa Placencia.
Josimar Layden.
Daniel Lee Overmeyer. Christian Louis Mapa Nunez. Ashton Christopher Grady McCauley. Rafael Mercado.
Stephen Natsoloai. Nicholas Thomas Loiacono.
Yordi Herrera. Ethan Gidcum.
Nok Han Win.
Denise Aguirre.
Jaron Jermaine Rice.
Corina Faye Goodwin.
Stephen Michael King.
Trevor Schowicker.
Idel Anthony Cintron.
Tiana Booker.
Angel Marquez Ortega. Kyle R. Stringer.
Irma Juliana Einhorn. Nicara Clark.
Maria Marcial. Ricardo Medina Mazzini. Luis Maldonado. Eliza Viana Williams. Julius Perillo.
Paul Andy Abrahera Cabrera.
Adriano Cuevas Puntiel. Jeffrey Heller. Cody James Currens.
Brian Young Prevost. Vanessa Noel Vasilia.
Emily Jarvis.
Trey Wilson.
Justin Ennis.
Riley Scott. Roy Sedano.
Cherry Lynn Battingen Aquino.
Josue Magana Mendoza.
Yvette Marie Loza.
Jose Armando Manzo. Ghislaine Rosales.
Anais Achaigua.
Kira Monet Pettiford.
Calvin Andrew Cody.
Nikolai Varfolomeyev.
Watson Herard. Brandon Cornejo.
Julius Watts.
Karen Melissa Gonzalez. Alicia A. Haynes. Jared Gregory Harris. Delaney Lauren Hector. Jordan Berry. Madison Caldwell.
Betsy Peralta Estevez.
Robert Bernard Curry.
Arturo Alejandro Perez.
Salvador Iniguez Jr. Caleb Chase.
Denisa Simarian. Matthew Mark McClure. Alfredo Miguel Ramirez Rios.
Marky Howard Langston.
Audrey Pye. Derek Seiner. Joseph Justin Santa Maria.
Johnny C. Fuller. Tammy Lee Laird.
Micah Haggerty.
Carmen Braguetta. Jane Vi Billmeyer.
Elvie Strandquist.
Gabriel Alexander Ceballos.
Chantel Deshay Aviles.
Caleb Mathis.
Mike Anthony Gomez.
Lucas Mass.
Patrick Ajay.
Ryan Van Ryan,
Antoine Derek Adams.
Roberto Fuentes,
Ethan H.W. Seibert,
Ali Jahromi,
Mon Zarwai,
Sydney Alejandrez, Nicholas Dragonetti, Narissa Penanueva Chambers,
Shayla Ute,
Michael Thomas Foster,
Marilyn Mendoza,
Mark Cochran, Josue Lopez,
Cody Ryan Sanders, Joselito Cadelina Velasquez,
Sulin Yuritsi Cervantes,
Daniel Stanley, Jason Cyanally,
Christy Laurent,
Aaron Myers,
Jillian Alcoriza Gutierrez, Nicholas Paul Cost, Nathaniel Jones, Vanille Lovefield, Fatima Colon Sanchez, Maria Nelly Cantu, Carlos Cantu, Rachel Ann Valenciano Crook, Xavier Tanyan Hall White,
Devin Shelley White,
Guillermo Che.
Andy Jahir Rubio, Joseph Vega,
Efo Kevin Cosner Sago.
Paul Labasan,
Kelly Owano,
Ashley Nicole Johnson, Roel Espinosa,
Christina Ann Marcoux,
Jasmine Denise Alexander,
Brian Oropeza Garcia,
Jose Velasquez.
Jaslyn Sotomayor, Ariana Wilson, Natalie Padilla.
Megan Elizabeth Corazzo.
Tony Johnson.
LaShandria Wade. Precious Joy Gamboa Soriano.
Miketrian Shantiqua Amaker.
Heather Kearns.
Brian S. Dio Saran.
Rosanna Holyoke. Ross Cameron Kenley.
RJ Christopher Lacambra Rosales.
Christopher Buchanan. Radelsi Balgamboa.
William Njok Tanye.
David Colon.
Fernando Macias.
Isabel Marie Gonzalez Levine. Carol Faye Lim.
Lamar Rogers.
Doreen Cherry Flynn. Hugo Adrian Lopez Ayala. Jonathan Frazee. Gerald Bernard Gibson, Jr. Toby Alexis Lucky Klojewski Lariviere.
Christy Pa Hua Mua.
Jose Padilla.
Franklin Awitter.
Robert Rodriguez.
Summer Moore.
Ladies and gentlemen, This concludes today's ceremony. Congratulations to each of today's graduates. Would everyone please rise for the recessional, and please remain standing until the administration and faculty have recessed. Guests, please make your way to the outdoor plaza where you will meet your graduates. In the plaza, there will also be a short meet and greet with your faculty and deans, as well as photo opportunities. Again, congratulations, class of 2026.
Well, that ends today's graduation from the College of Business, College of Engineering Technology, College of Law and Public Services. Total of 1,835 graduates. Tomorrow we'll recognize graduates at the Sanford College of Education, School of Arts and Letters and Sciences, School of Health Professions, and the JFK School of Psychology and Social Sciences. Until then, we hope you enjoyed the live stream.
It's a